Well, hello everybody. How y'all doing today? It's Cajun Weight Loss, formerly known as the Cajun Carnivore, coming at you for my weekly check-in as I have reset my weight loss goals and approach to dropping this weight and becoming more fit. So, what have we been doing? Well, let me go ahead and just update the most obvious thing. Today's weigh-in. Remember, I said I was going to start weighing in once a week, doing what I used to do before when I previously had lost 70 pounds in about a little under a year, about 8 months, from mid to later part of 24 into 25. Last week, I started at 332.6. This morning, I weighed in at 331.6. Now, I'm not upset. I'm not hurt. Actually, I got a good idea of some things. I'm still trying to do a lot of trial and error to figure out how to really approach this thing so that it's just going to be perfectly second nature. Everything that I do. Couple of things I did this week. I did not eat as many carb-filled meals. I had more keto this week. And it was a combination of, I did drink a lot of water in the early part of the week, but I think that my weight loss is probably only a pound because I didn't drink that much water yesterday or the day before. I still drank about 60 plus ounces, but I didn't get my gallon in yesterday. I didn't get my gallon in Thursday. As far as the meals that I had this week, I fasted every day for breakfast. So we definitely did a minimum of a 16 to an 18-hour fast every day before I ate. When I ate, I had, excuse me, mostly Subway. I had protein bowls a couple of days this week. I would get the double grilled chicken protein bowl. I'd put all of the veggies and all of that in there. I'd go light with the cheese, and I'd go with yellow mustard. I wouldn't go with like the honey mustard or the sweet onion, anything that had extra sugar. I went with yellow mustard because I read that yellow mustard is probably the best additive at Subway when you're on a carnivore or keto type diet. Um, Also, a couple of days I wound up having, there's a truck stop up the street from my place of employment, and they serve these little containers of tuna salad and chicken salad. So it's a little small round container. And I usually get those. Well, I thought those things were low cal. I actually scanned them. I took a picture and scanned them into Chat GPT. I had got some yesterday, and it was already too late because I had already bought them. And when I looked, Chat GPT told me that each container that I had with what it was estimated it that it was about 16 to 1700 calories per, because obviously there's mayo and all of that in there. Never thought about it like that. I knew mayo added a few calories, but I didn't think it was going to be that much per. So I did that about 2 3 times this week for lunch. Came home, had some pretty healthy dinners this week. I did a broccoli and ground turkey deal last night. I cooked my ground turkey, then I baked it with the broccoli, threw a little cheese in there, threw some veggies in there. That turned out real good. Salted it with the pink Himalayan salt. Um, Also, earlier this week, I had ground turkey by itself. I also had, what else did I have this week? I really didn't have much carbs. I had like some sausage. I had some eggs. Didn't do too much carbs this week. I did have one day this week. My wife, she brought home a chicken salad, but it was grilled. It was fried chicken. I wanted grilled chicken, but it was fried chicken strips, nuggets or whatever on the salad. So I know that probably did a little something. Water all week, as I said previously. But for the most part, just real quick, I wanted to update that I did, in my opinion, I was happy with my results because I started at 332.6 last week. I hit 331.6 today. But when I was doing in the middle of my 70-pound weight loss, I would always do like a midweek check. my midweek check would always be Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning. So I did it, because I had done it before. So I did a midweek check this past Wednesday afternoon. And when I do the midweek check, I always do the midweek check when I get home from work. Now, obviously, what variables go into that? What you've eaten, what you've drank, all of that. So I did it Wednesday afternoon about 6 o'clock, and it gave me 334. Now, remember, I was 332.6 last Saturday. So at 334, what it told me, or what it rather told me going off of history, when I did a midweek check, my weight in the evening time was always about 4 pounds heavier than what it would be the next morning. So I went ahead, I said, okay, let me go see Thursday morning what it was. And as always, right on cue, I was 330.2 pounds Thursday morning before I got ready to go to work. So that told me that from 332.6, at least I was down 2.4 pounds, and that would have been in 5 days. Now, that's with me not really going hardcore with carnivore. That was hardcore, not getting my workouts in or nothing like that. That was just me, everyday work, just eating more keto-based, everything, drinking water. That made me feel good. So I know that when I really get strict with everything I'm trying to get strict with, it's all going to fall into place like I want. I've done it before. I'm going to do it again. So the game plan this week, I'm keeping it simple and sweet. I'm not doing no long, drawn-out videos. I got to visit my uncle. I got to visit my mom. I'm making my rounds, visiting all my family. The main thing I'm going to do this week is we're going to go more hardcore carnivore this week. I'm not doing keto this week. I did do my heat work with my sauna shirts. I wore them every day under my work shirt. I guess I'm crazy, y'all. I put the heater on. I'm in South Louisiana, so I put the heater on. Remember, the beginning of the week, it was cold, but it warmed up. It's back in the 70s. Right now, I'm looking, it's 82 degrees outside, so I don't have it on today. I'm just kind of out and about visiting family. But as of Monday, we're going to get back into doing the sauna shirt every day. And I got a good sweat. I got a good sweat when I was doing it. And yesterday afternoon, I was doing some manual labor outside with my sauna shirt. I got natural sweat. So the heat work is definitely going to come into play. Obviously, we'll have enough water to go with that. We're going to, continue doing what we do. But when it's all said and done, long story short, this is the goal of what I'm trying to get going. We're going into March. And like I said, my birthday is Wednesday. I wanted to be back at or below 300 by Wednesday. It's not going to happen, but that's okay. If I finally figured out what it takes for me to get back to that point anytime, beyond that, that's just as good. So I think I'm well on my way. But I just wanted to take a moment just to shout out everybody, man. Thank you for everybody who rocks with me on the channel. And we will update you next week. 331.6 Cajun Weight Loss, formerly known as the Cajun Carnivore, signing out. You guys be blessed. Have a good one.